Hi, it's Tom from Digital Foundry. We've put more time into analysing Fallout 4's frame rate on consoles, and this time we thought we'd focus more on demanding areas further into the game. Of course, it must be said this is a huge world with many avenues and dynamics like time of day, weather and quests that trigger all sorts of changes. In this sense, the experience will vary from player to player, but it's obvious frame rate is a big issue on both consoles. Our initial analysis shows some pretty hefty drops from the target 30 FPS. Xbox One has a glaring stutter issue during general play, while PS4 struggles with heavy alpha effects in battles, and this is still the case later on. But playing further through the missions, we found some real stress tests that show the engine struggling in ways we hadn't expected at all. Take this Corvega factory section for example. We tackled this from start to finish, going from the sewers on the ground level right up to the stairways up top. And as you can see, in a matching run at the higher levels, PS4 turns in a smoother frame rate on average. Broad views of Lexington Town below really bring that number crashing down on both consoles, but it's Sony's machine that just edges ahead. But what happens in this section when we go in all guns blazing? Certainly PS4 has an advantage in direct like-for-like tests here, but is this also true when we stress test the engine in battles around this spot? Right, so let's start at the ground level. These are the sewers below Corvega factory, and right away we get a lurch to the 20 FPS line on both consoles. This is strange because even in an enclosed space you wouldn't expect any real demand on the hardware, but here we're seeing huge drops. Even looking down this empty hallway brings a frame rate crumbling on both consoles, and again as we turn the corner, blood splatter and smoke effects really bring us stuttering down to the 20 FPS line. It's strange that we're getting drops at all here, but there's no doubt the creation engine is overworking itself for the visual returns, and the end result makes shooting in real time very tricky indeed. Now let's head up to the next section. Here it's PS4 that really comes off worse in scenarios with a heavy effects component. Both consoles stutter, but Sony's machine definitely takes the bigger hit, down to 15 frames per second in this case. And just like the Deathclaw battle in our original tests, this combination of complex geometry and effects shows a bottleneck specific to Sony's platform. To pick another stress test example, meeting with Paladin Dance at the Cambridge police station also shows PS4 at the 20 frames per second line, while Xbox One holds at the higher ground overall. Bizarrely, at the end of this fight, both consoles suddenly start stuttering for around 20 seconds. This coincides with the quest completion icon appearing on screen. Again, it's one of the peculiarities of Bethesda's engine, and it's not at all clear why such a relatively simple overlay causes this hit. Of course, these battles don't account for the entire experience on PS4 or Xbox One. We are going in with wild real-time shootouts rather than using the VAT system, which has the game play at a slower, more methodical pace. But that's no excuse. As with our earlier analysis, certain battle scenarios affect PS4 more negatively than Xbox One. That said, the overall performance level on PS4 while exploring the world tends to be much smoother, and most other battles perform quite similarly to Xbox One. So on balance, it's a bit of a mixed bag between the two consoles. But the question that remains is, if this is the state of performance now, how will Fallout 4 hold up after 60, 70 or even 100 hours of play? After all, those who played Skyrim last generation, especially on PS3, will remember Bethesda's engine is struggling more and more the larger the save file became. Only time will tell, but for now the results show the game really needs more work. And that's about it for our stress tests. It's not the best news, I'll admit, but I hope you found this deeper dive into Fallout 4 useful anyway. If you did, like or subscribe below, but until next time, thanks for watching.